Ladies and gentlemen of the old world, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this community showdown. It's going to be the Greenskins led by TMD facing off against the Warriors of Chaos, who shall be helmed by Winter Wind here on the Glade of the Ever Queen. And let's go ahead and break down these builds. So for the Greenskins, it is going to be a Night Goblin Warboss, which is a great choice. Goblin Warbosses are amazing because they have two snare abilities, which are honestly some of the best things in the game. So he does have a Tormentor Sword, so that locks down nearby homies. So if you have like a Rusty Errors and a bunch of Greenskin archers nearby, maybe going with the Doomdiver Catapult build, you're going to be able to lock them down and do some work. So here's the Tormentor Sword, but he also has Fermented Fungi, which is a 3 times used point-and-click rampage, which is insanely good. So, yeah, not bad at all. I mean, if the Greenskins had, like, Seekers of Slaanesh on their roster and then they had that Rampage, oh, man, they would just be S tier. But Forest Goblin Skirmishers up, pretty good. They're dirt cheap, and they can trade well enough with Chaos Skirmishers, who typically have 90 range against their 100. For the rest of the army here, it's going to be Orc Boys, a couple Orc Air Boys in the secondary. One of the cooler, these units are so good, by the way, super underrated. These are the Ruggled's Armored Orcs. These guys are awesome. Really, really cost-effective archer with 160 range and 70 armor and shields. Makes them excellent at trading against archers on other factions, but really the big cool centerpiece, of course, Purple Sun over here on the Hag is great, but it's the dreaded Giant. Oh, yeah. So Giant's pretty Giga Chad. I've always felt like they're pretty cost-effective in matchups where they don't get peppered by missiles. So against like Warriors of Chaos, this is a place where they can shine for sure. Basically unbreakable. They do have 700 weapon strength, and they get the job done. Now looking at the forces of Winter Wind over here, also a very cool build. We have a Nurgle Sorcerer with Rancid and, of course, Fleshy Abundance to heal the big beast. Aeson the Fallen is going to be coming out, so both players maybe had a pre-game powwow, and they're like, let's both bring cool shit, and let's do it. So Aeson the Fallen is, it's a decent anti-infantry monster for sure. A little bit weak against Greenskin errors. I was like trying to, my brain was like, it's arrows, but errors for Greenskins, but close enough. But yeah, they'll do some work. And of course, one of the best units on the roster, the Soul of Damnation. This Hell Cannon is so freaking good, and it's a good counter against Greenskin archers and skirmishers and characters and infantry and monsters. Honestly, the Hell Cannons are kind of good against everything. They're not like overpowered or anything, but their functionality is quite dynamic and very, very good. Rest of the builds are going to be Chaos Warriors with a Mirror Guard mixed in, and then some Marauders over here on the far side, more Marauders here, and that is going to be all she wrote. Alright guys, Aeson the Fallen using the Maelstrom of Change here. Oh, holy shit, okay, I forgot that ability existed. So it's a Chain Hex ability, so look at that. Using the Hex, it hits the Wolf Riders, and then also spreads and does damage to the other ones. Very, very cool. And some of the Wolves were riding in to do a little bit of harass here, but man, what a nice play by TMD, actually wrapping him up with the Tormentor Sword, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately, so he kind of just gets him. I thought there was going to be a follow-up Cav coming from off-screen or something, but that Tormentor Sword play, I mean, in theory, could have been pretty sweet, although he does launch the Fanatics through there, which isn't bad. Okay, that makes up for it. So he launches the Fanatics from the Night Goblin Warboss and is able to get those hounds broken. On the outside, Broken Tusk Mob going to be going balls deep, wanting to shut down the Soul of Damnation. This is a very risky play and definitely not the safest, because Hellstriders can be called out with a big monster and they're going to dominate those guys. And I think the Greenskin player realizes this and pulls back. However, that Hell Cannon is doing some okay work, picking off some of the Baconators who are going to be charging through the water. The Squealin' Pig, Sweet Pig. They get in there, getting a nice charge. Marauders taking a considerable amount of damage from that Bacon. Greenskin, Gavin, Tabletopper, quite nice as well. Very, very cool units. Alrighty, so Night Goblin Warboss charged into the old Marauders with the Giant coming in. Let's assess the objective situation. Objective 1 belongs to the Greenskins. Objective number 3 here belongs to Greenskins, but probably not for long. TMD definitely should have sent 2 infantry out here to contest this and just not let Chaos have that. Definitely no sense, because Chaos is playing defensively with artillery, and the way you punish that is by playing the objectives here, but I'm sure he'll be able to get it back soon. We will see. Alright, Soul of Damnation still getting value. Continuing to go after the Skirmishers, maybe feeling he doesn't have answers for them outside of that, which isn't a terrible idea. Winter Wind going to be calling out Rot Knights to defend against the Bacon Cavalry, and Rot Knights do pretty well. They are going to be mithered. No Buna, no Spirit Leech to really punish them. I know it was a Purple Sun, but Orc Boar Boy Biggins can hold their own against Rot Knights. 1-to-1 a Rot Knight wins, but Rot Knights cost like, what, 700 or 800 gold more? No, more like 1,000 gold more almost. It's a lot. It's like a big difference, so. The pump wagons are here, and the jams are being pumped. Now, pump wagon flappas are pretty great. They have a fat charge bonus, and they can definitely roll over chaff units. We have, of course, not seen a lot of Greenskins in the meta lately for some reason, but they're still a good faction. And the pump wagons are very, very much a staple of them, I would say. So we do get a bit of a pit fight right now. It is going to be the Rot Knights with Aeson the Fallen coming in and battling the Broken Tusk Mob, as well as some reinforcing Baconators and infantry. But with the big terror-causing monster here, it's going to be tricky. Greenskins, oh, Dad's coming over. The Giant is on his way, and all the Ruggled's boys and the basic archers are shooting into what appears to be the Rot Knights. Not a terrible choice. Probably shooting into Aeson would be more cost-effective, although he has 70 armor too. These guys have, what, 100 armor, so Yeah, a bit of a trade-off there. But Giant versus Mutalith Beast. Love to see it. The cool kaiju battle. But it looks like one of the kaijus is... This guy straight up looks like he's out of Pacific Rim, by the way. The Aeson, the Mutalith Vortex Beast. Giant moving after him on the flank. The Warboy Biggins that were trying to get around and get on top of the Soul of Damnation were intercepted by the Rot Knights, who are getting a Fleshy Abundance. So Winter Wind with some nice castage right there. Hell Cannon going after the Rugloods, and looking at the ammunition on the Hell Cannon, it's about 60%. It's gotten about 600 value so far. And it does look like the Greenskins are going to be safely securing Objective 3 here, which is going to get them the pressure back on the Warriors of Chaos. So will Aeson and the Rot Knights be able to hold back the Green Tide? The Green Tide coming in numbers. Orc Boys and all their archers still shooting. We have not seen a Purple Sun yet. Purple Sun, won't you come and wash away the Greenskins? Would be good, probably on the Warriors of Chaos there. As we see the big old giant waddling away, he's like, help me, Anakin. But then he's like, surprise, and he bonks down one of the Rot Knights, or tries to. And he is surrounded by anti-large, which is going to be very, very tricky. The Bacon trying to bring some reinforcements in. Oh, look at that. Fermented Fungi from the War Boss right here on top of the Chaos Sorcerer. So that's going to Rampage homie, and then the Giant's going to be bonking him, and then Purple Sun as well. Now, I don't think it'll do much damage against the Roddies. Okay, never mind. It's doing some okay damage. So Purple Sun with the Tormentor's Sword and the Fanatics being unleashed. What a devastating combo there. So Purple Sun, Fanatics, Tormentor's Sword, really doing quite a bit. And oh my god, if he has the Rampage ability on the Nurgle Sorcerer and he's able to get the snipe here, that'd be huge. So Rot Knight's getting bullied by the overcasted Purple Sun. On the outside here, Savage Orc Boar Boy is going to be coming around, and the Night Goblin Warboss is going to be trying to fight the Nurgle Sorcerer. A risky one. The Rot Knights are coming back. Oh boy, he's very squishy. The Night Goblin heroes in general are not very tanky. But there are some trolls nearby. Unfortunately, they're not Greenskin trolls, and if this little gremlin's able to get away, probably will be crisis averted. Some of the Cav, the Savage Orc Boar Boys, and the Giants going to be sent in to save the Lord, and it looks like the Night Goblin Lord is going to be getting away there. And also using Spider to Bad Moon on the Giant is pretty MLG. Puts him up to almost 1,000 weapon strength, as well as a bonus for his large of 16, which is great. Pump Wagons pumping the jams, charging into the back of the Chaos Warriors, looking good as the Hell Cannon continues hammering those Rugloods Armored Orcs. And we got a big old pit fight here. Giant, probably some good value on him already, I would wager. You can see Aeson is quite damaged up, and the Bacon Cab are just being spammed in droves. Warriors of Chaos not going to be playing the outside point. And this is very different, too, because we're not seeing Hellstriders. Normally, you would see Hellstrider spam at this point in the game to just have them trade effectively into the Savage Orc Boar Cab and things like that. But, you know, it's always cool to see different styles being expressed here. Baconators try to get the Hell Cannon, but the Hounds should be able to chew them offline. Giant and company still doing work. A little bit of a Rot Knight situation here. I believe there still are some, but oh, dude, he's got cool animations. He's going to be picking up that Chaos Warrior and just, you know, telling him how much he loves him there. So there he goes. Farewell, sweet prince. And Giant sitting at 1,400 value. So he's basically paid for himself. Now, Winter Wind, in order to keep the value even-ish, is going to be dropping some fat heals on Aeson right there. So that is quite big. Warriors of Chaos do have a decent little push going here. We have the Mirror Guard fighting, some Chaos Warriors, the Trolls able to break and push back the Pump Wagon. So we're going to see if Winter Wind's going to be able to get his way out. Now, these are not Armored Trolls, which I'm of the opinion that if you're playing Warriors of Chaos, you always take Armored Trolls, always. There's like almost in every single matchup, because just the 110 armor against the 40 on such a low leadership unit that runs at the first glimpse of like huge damage, you really, really want the heavy armor in my opinion. But another Purple Sun. Not bad, and oh, that was on Chosen of Nurgle. Okay, Chosen are actually good in the Greenskin matchup. They're often used, so that's a pretty common pick there. I don't know about Chosen of Nurgle, but you do see Chosen against Greenskins. And yeah, that did a lot of damage against those guys. Currently, the Giant's sitting at 2,300 value, so he's really been stomping the yard. And now, is there going to be a Tormentor Sword, a Rampage coming in, an attempted snipe? It does not look like it, but we do see the War Boss as well as the Hag Girlfriend coming into party. On the backside, Archer's still shooting away. The Greenskin battle line's holding resilient. Chaos Trolls do get pushed back. And Aeson the Fallen is leading a counter push here. He's fighting shield to, or I would say shield to shield. He doesn't have a shield. He's a giant mutated demon beast. But he's fighting back-to-back here with the Chaos Warriors and taking some good ground as the Greenskins do start to get pushed back. All right, guys. In the meantime, Giant getting a lot of chevrons, and that was the Mutalith Beast. So I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, the Giant has a couple chevrons always in this game. Probably sitting at about 2,400 value, which really, really isn't bad. Chosen of Nurgle, though, are getting their bump and grind on. Looking at the points right now, Greenskins do have 780 against 545, so a bit of a lead, but nothing too crazy. The Giant might be at the end of the road. Greenskins obviously don't have any way to heal him, unfortunately. So he's going to retreat. But if you get a Giant or any sort of a big SE, you're able to keep it alive in a situation like this. Typically, you just want to park it as like a guard dog on your back objective, or if you want to bring it back on the battlefield, you of course can unsummon it and let it go back to the battle tents and heal up, right? Giant River Troll Hag and the Night Goblin Warboss with Spider to Boot, Bad Moon activated. A nice anti-large bonus. Going to be trying to return the favor and take down Aeson the Fallen. as the Warriors of Chaos do start to take some ground back. They're, of course, considerably behind in value, but with Nurgle healing, it's a tricky one. Oh, okay, I didn't see this. It does look like some bacon got back here and took the Hell Cannon offline. So the Hell Cannon is going to be offline. Are there enough Chaos Dwarves left to man it? We'll have to see. I don't remember how many you need to man the artillery piece, but there is a number there. All right, beautiful Rampage, by the way. Fermented fungi, so throwing some hallucinogenic mushrooms in the face here of the Mutalith Vortex Beast. The Goblin's going to be trying to drag him down, but it looks like Winter Wind is going to get the counterpunch, and the Goblin War Boss is going to be paying the Troll Toll. So right now, 1100 value, or 1100 HP here left on the Mutalith Vortex Beast. Some of the archers are shooting. Forest Goblins putting some Daka down. The Giant has rallied in the back. And now we have the Blackworks. I love this. With Aeson being offline, the Blackworks will have an opportunity to shine. Granted, Chosen and Nurgle do beat them, but from like just a cost trading perspective, the Blackworks can fight back. I mean, these guys are absolute linebackers. Look how freaking cool they look. So there they go. The bonketing continues until the morale improves, and those Chaos Warriors getting worn down. Blackworks hanging in there, but the Hell Cannon shot is certainly not going to be helping their cause. And the Giant is rallying back. Probably standing the Giant on top of the Blackworks would be a very, very strong synergy. Boar Boys trying to hold back the advancing tides of chaos. The side objective still in the clutches of the Greenskins, although there is going to be some Chaos Warrior Halberds heading over there to grab that, which are going to be very tough, because at this point in the game, Greenskins and most factions will be spamming mobility to try and contest the dynamic state of the battle, but having the Halberds parked over there is going to be really, really brutal. I mean, Greenskins would have to send a Blackwork to deal with that, which is a slow unit that's pretty easy to account for. Really nice Purple Suns this game, though, from TMD. That's a nice one there, right on top of the Chaos Warriors. Blackwork units down to 50 models here. The Giant is back in the menu, and oh, the Hag is still here, too. So there's a bit of a secondary lord, and oh, look who's back, baby! Slim Shady's back! All right, it's going to be the Goblin. So he did survive that, and he came back, dude. It's like, you remember that scene in the Jurassic Park movie? The newer ones where like the T-Rex is getting bullied by like the evil like genetically mutated T-Rex, and then the Velociraptor comes to save him, like Blue. That was like the one thing I remember from those series of movies. That was really good. But he did come back and did save the day. Now, will the Halberds be able to claim the side objective? Greenskins definitely need to get that, because they have a really good kind of pressure position coming in here. As the Blackworks continue with their choppas, they are able to get through the Chosen of Nurgle. Hell Cannon going after the Giant, who did not hear any bell. And, you know, when a unit has 105 leadership, it's going to be super difficult to break here. So Giant's still trying. We do see the Nurgle Rot Knights on their way back in, but the River Troll Hag, she's got her meat sack there. Here comes another Hell Cannon shot. Poor Giant. He had a good run. Is that going to be enough to take him down? I think he's got one more shot left in him, sitting at freaking 34 HP and 26 leadership. Yeah, he really, someone in this other army did him wrong. He's holding a grudge here for sure. He didn't want to go quietly, but this is going to be the end. Say goodnight, as the Giant is going to be taken down. He's going to be bopped, but he had a very, very good run. Talk about cost effective, huh? Pretty good. Now on the outside, it does look like the Greenskins are able to get enough bodies over here, and Orc Boys will trade very cost effectively into Halberds. Halberds have very slow attack rates compared to like great weapons and hand weapons, so they're really ineffective at killing large numbers of units, even though sometimes they can, and they're often used that way, at least in the olden days they were, but here, not going to be the case. Blackworks advancing up, going to be running into a soft counter here in the form of the Trolls. Trolls will be good. We have 1250 points here. Outside objective being secured is quite big. Warriors of Chaos going to be sending 2 Marauders over. We should be able to get that point. But it's going to be a triple cap. Chaos needs to be able to push through here and get the home point, which isn't going to be easy. There's still a Hag, several Boar Boy units that are kind of healthy. And the Greenskins now have the home field advantage, so they're going to be able to call in reinforcements very quickly. Most likely just going to be Bacon Cavalry all day, which is the correct choice, because they'll trade well enough against infantry. They can body block Trolls with their mass. Not going to be a terrible choice, although a couple of Chaos Warrior Halberds coming around the side. Outside objective, oh, this is brilliant. So Greenskins, I think, maybe realizing they might lose objective 1, going to be making a play here with some Blackorks, some Blorks. Will Paul Blork Malkop get over here in time? Find out today. So he's heading, although that is 5-10, and then this is like 13 capture weight right now against only 5. Oh, Blackworks. Yeah, I don't know. Creative Assembly needs to give Blackworks elite capture weight. That's kind of silly that they got overlooked. There was a couple units that did get overlooked there, but they arrive and they do save the point. Like, every moment that you can hold that point is so incredibly clutch. Warriors of Chaos, though, get a big onslaught here, and now the Greenskins are going to have to go all in on this point. They do have a couple mobile pieces, and Goblins are arriving, probably using these mobility pieces to come over here and intercept the Marauders before they can get to the point would be the correct play here. The Goblins on the way in, Chaos Warrior Halberds getting mulched, and ladies and gentlemen, we're at 1,400 points, so a minute and 40 seconds left until we see a victory for the Greenskins. Savage Orc Boar Boys charging across into the Marauders. When the second Marauder gets here, the capture weight most likely will flip, although with the Boar Boys and the War Boss here and the Hag, they should have enough capture weight to hold this. What an epic duel Duel of Fates. This game was so back and forth, right? It looked like the Chaos Warriors were straight up losing, and then they push back, and then the Greenskins push back over here, and the Goblin is able to come back and rescue the day. It's been pretty great. All right, shot coming in. Beautiful value from that Hell Cannon, by the way. If that's the same freaking Hell Cannon, it probably is. And let's see if we can get the value on that thing. We'll look after the game, but got to be well over 2,000. But yeah, I think Greenskins are going to edge this one out. Mirror Guard coming in. No Hellstriders from the Warriors of Chaos. So very Chad play. I mean, this is like what Warriors of Chaos would be like if they didn't have Hellstriders. I mean, certainly it would still be viable, but way weaker. I mean, the Slanesh Cavalry are just so cracked. So freaking busted. All right, guys, 50 seconds left, so a little bit less than a minute. I think just using these boar boys to cut the space in between the reinforcing army, make sure they can't get over there would be the play. You could also even do a split push and like take all your cav and go to objective 1 and just threaten to steal that because it's just one tattered halberd right there. Warriors of Chaos do get the capture weight here. It's going to be 30 seconds, though, and I don't know if they're going to have enough time. The Black Orcs defeating the halberds is very tough. The Spears of TMD going to be forming up the ranks here and pushing back the Trolls, and the Lunch Lady and Blue, the Night Goblin War Boss, are going to be able to probably hold this one down as the capture weight does come back into the favor of the Greenskins, and the Bacon Cavalry able to intercept some of the reinforcing units as we have 15 seconds left. A lot of capture weight coming in, but 15 seconds is 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and it's simply not going to be enough. GG, well played. What a great game. Honestly, that was really fun. Not seeing Hellstriders is very interesting and certainly a little bit refreshing. But it was still a cool build. Like Aeos on the Fallen getting 22, the Hell Cannon at 24, Rot Knights coming in, Trolls, Chosen with Great Weapons getting 1,300, and the Giant, 2,400 on the big man. He didn't do badly. And of course, Bacon Cavalry are very good. Just like cheap Savage Orc Boar Boys are just so cost effective. They trade well into most things. Black Orcs didn't have a lot of time to get their value, but they did get through some of the Chosen. Flappas were great as well. And overall, a really fun match. So thank you to TMD and Winter Wind for the great game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one as well. And ladies and gentlemen of the old world, we will see you back another day.